All right, everybody, this is Macky, and we're back with another episode of the Hidden Threads podcast. And there she is.
Hi.
Miss McNamara. How are you?
I'm well.
So we're recording on a weird day today, Samantha. It's Sunday.
Yeah.
What do you normally do on Sunday?
Sunday is my get ready for the week day.
Okay.
Laundry, clean, so you can have that fresh start.
Fresh start. Sometimes you work on Sundays, right?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sometimes I work on Sundays.
Depends on if somebody assigned you cases, right? Who assigned you cases? It's me, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we do some work on Sundays. Not a lot. Every once in a while we get one where we have to go out and do some surveillance, but not a whole lot on Sundays. It's usually Friday and Saturdays are our hot days, right? We got a little different ones today to talk about. We're talking about self-defense cases. Yeah. You ever dealt with these on the private investigator side?
Not enough to have,
What about on the paralegal side? Did you ever?
Yeah.
Did you work for a defense attorney when you was doing that? So you
yeah.
did get some of that, right?
More so on that side.
So I think some of those defense cases where you get somebody come in, you get them, and they're like, it's self-defense. You look at it and you're like, no, it's not. You killed that person or whatever. You know what I mean? But they still deserve a fair trial, but you're probably not going to get a self-defense. When you drag somebody in a yard and beat them to death, it's probably not self-defense.
Yeah.
I've seen one of those around here.
Last time I was on the podcast, I told you about a case that I worked. It's still ongoing where we had a man accused of sexual abuse of a child. And I just, everything I heard, the rundown from the beginning, I was like, oh, this guy completely did it.
Right.
But, everybody is entitled to a defense. And this is why you have to put your biases aside, because once I looked into it more, I watched the tapes. This kid was being coached by the forensic interviewer. I mean, the kid literally in the tape said, no, didn't do that. And she was like, oh, he did? Okay, yes. I mean, it was that obvious. And it was like mind blowing how things and that's scary.
Right.
And so I think that's why it's important, no matter how heinous the crime sounds and the knee jerk reaction, because we're humans, right? To keep an open mind.
So we got one in San Antonio too. This is different than what we talked to before we started. I'm going to throw this in there, but this is recent, where the guy and his wife are having a custody dispute, right? And the wife was abusive to him over the years. She's smacked him around and stuff and all this. But this was the child exchange day, and he pulls up and just shoots her. She didn't die. He was trying to kill her. Shot 10 times, hit her 5 times. All right. Now he got 50 years. He got convicted. A lot of people are saying that's self-defense. I'm like, you can't have a delayed self-defense, right? Can you? Where, okay, somebody hit me last Tuesday, so this next Tuesday I'm going to shoot them, right? You can't.
I think you have to feel in danger in the moment.
Yeah.
But I think too that if you've been abused over a long period of time, you can, your nervous system can jump in and you feel like you're in danger.
Right.
If somebody hits you all the time and then they rear back, your body naturally will.
Well, this one, she was not even out of the car.
Oh, she wasn't even out of the car.
Yeah. And she drove herself to the hospital.
She did a number on this guy.
Yeah. He shot at her. Is that in the public place? A bunch of stuff. When it wasn't. And I talked about that on TikTok, and everybody's like, "I'm on his side." I'm like, I'm on his side too, but you can't go around and shooting people into their cars, right? So,
right.
And they're like, well, she's a bad mom. I'm like, well, the kid's with her full time now. Dad can't help. He's in jail for 50 years, But he just made a poor decision. I get people snap. But
sure.
There's a show called Snapped on Discovery or ID or whatever. We got the one too in Montana versus Palmer. Do you read that one?
I did. And I'll start off by saying I don't understand why this guy was charged.
Right.
I don't get it.
Now, so to get everybody caught up, it was a deal in Montana where this guy was being a good neighbor. He found some mail on the ground, so he walked over, is putting it in a mailbox. This guy comes rushing out of the house at him and said he's trespassing. He jumps at him and all this stuff.
Accuses him of breaking in cars.
Yeah, all kind of stuff. And he kind of flinched and jumped at him, and the guy pulled his gun out and shot him, killed him. What we call DRT, dead right there.
Dead right there.
Medical term. But and he got charged with murder, right? And he got not guilty.
Yeah, like 2 days ago.
I watched some of the testimony and some of the videos and all that, and the defense the prosecution almost looked like they were grasping at straws when they're watching the video. I'm like, yeah, this ain't looking good, because the guy did charge at him. Montana does have a stand your ground where you don't have to retreat, and he felt threatened by this guy acting all erratic. And they went back on the victim's history, how he was known to do dope, get drunk all the time. He'd had some erratic behavior in the past, and he was kind of a scary guy.
Yeah.
And this guy shot him. What do you think of the not guilty? Think it was right?
I think so, for sure.
Well, you were like, why is he on trial in the first place?
Yeah, I didn't understand that. And because I even looked into it because the guy was accusing him of breaking into cars. So I was like, were cars being broken into in that area? There's no reports of that. Did this man have a history of breaking into cars? Like, was there any credibility to these allegations at all? And he, if I'm not mistaken, he did call the police.
Mm-hmm. He's the one called 911.
And he stayed there on scene. He didn't flee.
Mm-hmm.
He waited for law enforcement to get there and was cooperative. And the other thing that the prosecution was pushing was, I think he shot him 6 times.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Hit him 5, I think.
They hit him 5, shot him 6, hit him 5. And they said, you wouldn't kill that. You wouldn't shoot that many times in self-defense, but I think that you would. If I were afraid and I, had a firearm and thought someone was breaking into my house or was my life is in danger, I'm more likely to unload in that moment just out of fear than you would just one. I feel like one shot takes precision and, is more calculated.
Mm-hmm. So what we said in the military, if they were shooting once, they were shooting 10 times. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand.
You're going to eliminate that threat until you feel like there's nobody attacking you anymore.
Exactly,
right?
But the court, they seem to think, oh, well, if you shoot X amount of bullets, then you weren't scared, and I don't understand where that comes from.
Yeah, if the accused was a trained Navy SEAL, yeah, we might say he shouldn't have used excessive force. Right. But just Johnny, who's been trained with a pistol a few times, he don't have that training and mindset. Right. You know what I mean? So. But he's never been trained in excessive force and all those things. So we also got the one in DeKalb County, where we are now. Mm-hmm. All right. This was a while back.
DeKalb.
DeKalb.
Correct? Because I always mess it up.
There's a DeKalb, Alabama, and a DeKalb, Georgia. So,
but they're really funny about the pronunciation. You can't say DeKalb.
DeKalb is like how Yankees say it.
Yeah, DeKalb.
DeKalb. That's how we say it around here. But you had Keith Sullivan, who shot and killed his neighbor, Gregory Bagwell. Mm-hmm. You said you had some thoughts on this one.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Didn't understand why he was charged.
Okay.
Yeah. This
one's a little more sketchy, in my opinion.
No, I thought so too.
Now, Mr. Bagwell was going around trespassing already and saying he's going to hurt people and all this stuff.
Right.
He had already made some threats. I think he was having a mental issue. Mm-hmm. Police have been called several times. They didn't do nothing about it.
Right.
Okay. He probably should have got some help from somebody like you, a counselor, right? What do you think?
Maybe not me.
He might have needed a psychologist. I mean, the MD for some drugs, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But the MDs.
Maybe been committed, got him some help, social services.
But Mr. Bagwell came up on Mr. Sullivan's porch. Mr. Sullivan went out and said, "Hey, leave." And there was a shouting match, something like that. And Mr. Bagwell started to leave, and Mr. Sullivan shot him in the back.
Okay, see, I didn't know that he was going to leave.
He was leaving.
Okay.
He was walking down this porch out into the yard.
So
he got shot through the back 3 times and in the front twice, I believe. So 7 shots, I think 5 bullets hit him. So I don't know.
Well, that changes things.
Yeah, it's a little more sketchy.
Yeah. So I thought this one was sketchy because there had been so much, before where in the previous case, there had not been a documented long history of this erratic behavior. But in this one, there had been. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I didn't know that he was leaving.
Yeah, he was retreating, I guess. He was just walking. He wasn't, he wasn't running away or anything. That certainly
changes things. So
apparently he turned around again and the guy thought he had a gun or whatever, but he'd been erratic. And
it was a hairbrush.
It was not a gun.
Mm-hmm.
But Mr. Sullivan's not a trained police officer or anything. He was trying to protect his family. So it was a hung jury. And then the DA came back and said, we're not going to try him again. So But it's out there. They could if they wanted.
I don't think that they could use the hairbrush either because they turned it over to family. They didn't catalog it as evidence.
Right. So I know the Sullivans I know some people that know them. I don't know them personally, but I know that's a big weight off their shoulders where they can get their life back in order.
Oh, for sure.
How much money do you spend on a defense attorney in those cases?
Oh, I don't know. I've never had to, knock on wood, hire one.
I know in capital cases around here, like if you're getting a big one, what we call the big chicken dinner, the death penalty, it's $80,000 and up. Now, when it's not as, I don't know, this could have been a death penalty case, I guess, right? I don't know if they let you pay them in segments, $20K at a time or $40K at a time. But it's a bit rough, man. That's a lot of money to come up with. A lot of cash. You're like refinancing houses and stuff, So,
yeah, for sure.
Those self-defense cases, though. In Alabama, we have the stand your ground, so you did not have to retreat. We had a kid up in Connecticut. Last month, we talked about where Connecticut, you do have to retreat. Mm-hmm. He did not, though. He came up fighting, knifing people, and actually killed one. Now, he got not guilty as well. I don't know if you saw.
I'm not a fan of that. I like that we don't have a duty to retreat.
Yeah, you can go. If you're being attacked, you should have the opportunity to defend yourself.
I agree.
And neutralize the threat, right? So, all right. Well, that's all we got for this one, Samantha. You want to add anything?
I think I'm good.
You think you're good?
Yeah.
All right. You're real quiet. You sound think I'm good. All right. We'll see y'all next time.